So I was scrolling through the news, seeing what's going on today, and I came across this headline, which I thought was pretty funny. I guess it's kind of related to the Charlie stuff we were talking about a couple days ago and all the Kick news and all that. Pokimane, people upset with people streaming on Kick. Austin Ox calling them like bad people and all that. That whole situation, right? So we got this headline that reads, Asmongold says he doesn't care after criticism for supporting Kick. Oh, look at that. I actually got it dark mode for you guys, too. Let's see what they say over on Dexerto. Asmongold has been a vocal supporter of Kick and his challenge against Twitch in the streaming space, and has stated that he simply doesn't care about the criticism he has faced for it, despite what he calls the blood cost of Kick's ties with gambling platform Stake. Writing further, Asmongold, despite streaming exclusively on Twitch, has been a huge advocate for Kick and other streaming platforms looking to break the strong grip Twitch has on the space. This has rung especially true with Kick's big money offers to bring creators over from the Amazon-owned platform. He has advised new streamers starting out to try to grow on Kick instead of Twitch, admitting that he would do the same if he was starting over, commending their more favorable revenue split for broadcasters. That said, there has been a lot of criticism over Kick, particularly due to the fact that it is connected to the crypto gambling site Stake. This is especially notable in the wake of Twitch's divisive ban on some gambling content, which included Stake, content that Asmon previously spoke very strongly against. That sentiment is also reflected here in this Reddit thread titled Asmon says only LSF disagrees with his Kick/Twitch/gambling takes. We'll play the clip in a moment. First, I want to show you this comment. One of the most upvoted reading during his NFT/crypto bashing arc, he was on the ethically concerned side of LSF and bashed the shills on Twitter, but now he's taking the other side.
LSF calling you a hypocrite? Yeah, there was a thread yesterday. People were not happy about it, the gambling thing. Oh, people are still so pissed off about that. It's funny for me to read how mad they get about it, because whenever I read Twitter, it's like the exact opposite. Where like everybody agrees with me, and everybody on Twitter is like, yeah, you're totally right. And like on YouTube too, everybody says I'm right. But it's just on LSF, they hate that shit.
Wait, what's his actual stance anyways? Like, going back to Dexerto, is this like his full stance on it, just saying that it's better to try out Kick than Twitch for new streamers? So he spoke out previously against the, oh gosh, what is all this? Get out of here and activate dark mode. Okay. Oh my gosh, it did it again. Okay. Asmongold vows to never sell out and get paid to gamble on Twitch. Let's check this out real quick. Asmongold has been outspoken about his issue with sponsored gambling stream. I am struggling lately with some of these words, man, in the videos. And he doubled down on his stance by vowing to never sell out and get paid to do it. The reason I'm not going to take a gambling sponsorship, or I really wouldn't want to, is that I have no plans on doing that. He said if a gambling sponsorship offered me $20 million a month, I wouldn't do it. So he did change his stance on this a little bit then, right? Because like he says down here, apparently, another viewer said that he wouldn't be critical of Kick in case it impacted his chances of getting a contract in the future, to which he very honestly said, yes, you're absolutely correct. Well, hold on, though, because those are two different things. Like, as much as you want to associate Kick with gambling and Stake and all that, to which there is some merit, to be fair, it's still objectively false to say that it's the exact same thing as a gambling sponsorship to just take a Kick sponsorship. So it seems like the framing here is a bit disingenuous, unless I'm missing something. Let's check out what this clip is all about.
In areas make you unethical, because that's what you're doing. Taking Kick deals is unethical. Guys, I really hate to tell you this, and there might be people that are unhappy about this, but I am not bound by these rules that you create. I just do what I feel like doing, and I never make excuses for it. I'm not going to go ahead and argue with you. Of course there is a blood cost. Absolutely. Yes. You're not going to get me.
Bro, I gotta pause it. I had to unmute my mic too. It took a second, but like, I like him saying blood cost and the music in the background at that exact moment. Like, what the heck? That was synced up so well. Excuse me. I'll finish the clip now. Let me mute my mic again. Here you go.
To say something and then like get me to go back on it because I don't want to say something in a bad way or say something that's offensive. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
This whole situation is just weird though, because like, what do they mean here? After one viewer compared it to child sweatshop labor, Asmon reiterated his point, saying he doesn't care. You can say it 50 times, be the same answer, etc., etc. If you want to read the full quote here. Point that I'm getting at is, so this viewer is saying that Asmon's take on Kick is similar to a child sweatshop labor because there's gambling on it. Like, I don't like the gambling aspect of Kick. I've talked about that myself in segments, not just this one. But like, if you're going to compare anything to child sweatshop labor, shouldn't that be the argument against Amazon? Like, surely there are products on Amazon that have actually used child sweatshop labor. So like, it's like, what is going on with the situation, man? Like, really? It probably goes without saying, but I'm not laughing at the child labor part there. I'm laughing at just how weird some of the points being brought up throughout the last week or two on the situation have been. On June 16th, Asmon also made this tweet saying, hey, at Kick Streaming. This is probably like shortly after they announced someone that they signed on, if I had to take a guess. Yeah, that's June 16th is when they announced that XQC would be streaming on Kick. So, okay. I'm just trying to piece this all together to understand Asmon's full stance on here. And I think that might be an issue going on here too. And probably not an issue unique to Asmon. I was going to say Amazon because like we keep talking about Amazon and Kick and then it's like Asmon. My bad. Okay. The issue I'm getting at though is I think people are making like full takes on things, but then only portions and parts of their takes get clipped and then posted to like Reddit and Twitter and stuff. So it kind of makes it difficult to know like what exactly the full take is. And again, people's opinions may change over time too. So it's like, are you really against someone's take or are you against what you think their take is? Just hypothetically saying, I mean, I don't really know. So for example, right now I'm trying to understand Asmon's full take and I think it might be this. So to my understanding, he initially said he wouldn't take a gambling sponsorship on Twitch, basically, something like that, right? But now he's trying to, or at the very least, he's like open to the idea of getting signed to stream on Kick. But to be fair to him, he's not saying he's going to do gambling streams on Kick, right? Unless I miss something. Now, you can obviously argue that it would still potentially be unethical for him to even stream on Kick, I suppose, given the association with stake, particularly after his take on Twitch gambling. Man, there's a lot of similar words here. Amazon, Asmon, stake, take. Okay, whatever. Continuing. Point is, though, while some people may make the argument that he's being hypocritical given those two stances or the change in the stance, it ultimately just circles back around to the argument of Amazon/Twitch not really being any better. Like, you got gambling on Kick, well, you might have child sweatshop labor and other unethical practices going on over at Amazon, so it's like, pick your poison. And it just seems like some people talking about this topic care more about just owning various streamers than they actually care about the labor violations and ethical issues. The other important thing to note is, once again, it doesn't seem like Asmon is saying that he wants to end up on Kick streaming a bunch of stake, the gambling stuff, right? Like, if he also was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream a bunch of gambling and sign this contract and all that, I could understand the hypocritical comments even more so. Although, once again, people's stances can change on things, although I would argue that's probably a change that's not a good one. You know, it's like a negative change. But to Asmon's credit, he's not saying he's gonna do a bunch of gambling streams. He's just talking about streaming on Kick in general. So I think that's an important thing to note, in my opinion, assuming I didn't like miss something throughout all of this. And on a final note, while I am against people, companies, people, whatever, taking advantage of people's addictive personalities, in this case, obviously, with gambling, I think that's a bad, negative thing to do, morally bad. I also do factor in that people also need to have some level of personal accountability, and it's not like they got a gun to dude's head being like, you gotta gamble on our website or we're pulling the trigger. It's like, nah, man, if you decide to open up that wallet, that crypto wallet, you decide to link it on there and everything and go gamble your money away, again, I'll bash the company for taking advantage of people's addictive behavior, addictive personality traits. However, I'm also going to say, like, yo, man, you probably shouldn't have made that decision, right? So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. As always, thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. You don't got to agree with me. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will see you there. And, of course, in the next segment.